This is the video for April 8th. Your learning target is I can identify the most reliable source to use for a specific purpose. The introduction. Remember when Miss Kovac needed help figuring out if she could only eat green or yellow food? Weird, I know. Because she thought it would be healthier. To be able to help Miss Kovac, we learned how to find trustworthy sources. Throughout this entire week, we have been looking at the different types of hints to figure out if a source is trustworthy. Those hints include the website name, such as .gov versus .edu versus .com, the date, the author, and the title. Today we're going to continue to use all those skills, but we're going to add in working on what makes a text reliable for a specific purpose. Look at the problem below and do your best to choose the source that would have the best information for a specific purpose. So here's our practice question. The student found the following sources. Which source would most likely have information needed to answer the research question? In the box you have the research report plan. The topic is coding an app for a phone or tablet. The audience is teacher and classmates. The purpose is to persuade. So persuade means like you're convincing someone. And the research question is, should coding be taught as a way to learn math in school? So if we look at the answer choices, I already crossed out A, a newspaper article that offers parents' opinions on coding in school. So now think, what would be the best information to answer her question? B, in a magazine article called The Amazing World of Coding in 6th grade. C, a webpage that allows users to make coding features for their own app. Or D, a chapter called Let Students Code in a book titled Interesting Ways to Teach Middle School Math. We're going to go down and check our answers. So A, we crossed out, was wrong. It's because this answer is not directly related to math, and the research question specifically asks about if coding should be taught as a way to learn math in school. So now we know that our answer has to have something to do with math. B is wrong because the answer is not specifically related to how coding can be used in the classroom to teach math. So same thing, it's not aligning to our topic. C is wrong because this answer is not related to our research question. We're not focused on making an app. So this number C talks about making an app, but our topic is about using coding to learn math. So D is a chapter called Let Students Code in a book titled Interesting Ways to Teach Middle School Math. That's correct because it directly relates to our research question, and it specifically talks about how coding can teach math. So we see that we have something about coding right here where it says let students code, and it has something away about teaching math. Alrighty, awesome. You guys are already crushing it, and we're going to breeze through how to pick reliable sources and picking the one that best fits the purpose of research. Look at the question about George Washington and determine which source would be best to use. Imagine you are writing a history report about George Washington for class. Which of the sources would you use and why? So the first one is wikipedia.org/wiki history of the United States. The second one is whitehouse.gov/1600/president/George Washington. Third one is brainingquote.com/quote/author/George Washington.html. And then the last one is presidency.ucsb.edu/ws/ all those things. So we know that it has to be about George Washington. So which one do you think we would use? Explain your answer, and then we'll check the answers. So answer choices 2 and 4 could be used. So we'll have this one could be used and this one could be used. Answer 2 could be used because the White House website source can be trusted as reliable since it is an official government publication. The final source can be trusted because the .edu lets us know that it's a college's website with well-researched information. So when we're looking here, we see that this ends in .gov and this ends in .edu. So those are two ways that we can tell if the website is trustworthy, because .gov means it's coming from a government website where people are paid to update it and check its facts. And then .edu is coming from a academic or a school website, so people are also paid to check its facts. Alright, so then why can't answers 1 and 3 be used? Wikipedia and BrainyQuote are both sites that can be edited by users. So that means that anyone can just go on and edit it, and it doesn't matter if they know what they're talking about or not. So we can't trust them unless we have information in other places to back them up, because anyone can edit those sites. Okay, so now you're going to try the next one on your own. Imagine you are writing a research paper on the Trail of Tears when Native American people were forced to leave their land when Americans moved west. Which of the sources would you use to complete your research project? 1. A brief history of the Trail of Tears Cherokee Nation, so that's a cherokee.org. And it says migration from the original Cherokee Nation began in the early 1800s. Some Cherokees, wary of white encroachment, moved west on their own and settled in. 2 is the Trail of Tears PBS, and that's pbs.org. In 1838 and 1839, as part of Andrew Jackson's Indian removal policy, the Cherokee Nation was forced to give up its land east of the Mississippi River and migrate to an area in present-day Oklahoma. The Cherokee people called this journey the Trail of Tears because of its devastating effects. Number 3 is Cherokee Nation Businesses, which is CherokeeNationBusinesses.com. CNB's mission is to grow the economy of the Cherokee Nation through diversification and create jobs for the Cherokee citizens in Oklahoma and other states. And then number 4 is Trail of Tears Road Trip, and so we walked. And that's at Indiegogo.com. A father-daughter journey along the Trail of Tears, retracing the footsteps of their family. 5 is History Students Present Presidential Dinner Party Project, and that's at vandrinskull.com. Such as Junior Theo Tran says that Tammy DePasses previously set a project to create a music video about the Trail of Tears. So we need to explain which ones can we use in this report and which one should we not use in our research report. So the example is that number 5 cannot be used because it's a student creating a music video and not reliable information about the Trail of Tears. Which of the other ones could we use? So if we can't use 5, choose 1 through 4. Which ones of these can we use? Because they're reliable and because they're on topic about the Trail of Tears. Go ahead and make your choice and write them down on these lines. Okay, really great job sticking with this lesson. I know you're going to be able to find the best sources to research when we get back to school. Below is your exit ticket. Take your time and do your best. You're going to do great. So your exit ticket direction question says, which source would be the most reliable to complete a research project on the history of the kudzu plant? Okay, so this is Kudzu Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia, and it's at wikipedia.org. The description said kudzu is a group of plants in the genus Pueraria in the pea family, Fabaceae, subfamily Fabaceae. They are climbing, coiling, and trailing perennial vines. This website is Pueraria, Montana, Center for Aquatic and Invasive at plants.ifas.ufal.edu. The description says many southern farmers were encouraged to plant kudzu for erosion control from the mid-1930s to the mid-1950s. In 1953, kudzu was removed from the U.S. This is C. Kudzu Control, Missouri Department of Conservation, mdc.mo.gov, invasive plants. The description says kudzu is a perennial vine of the legume family Fabaceae. Each leaf has 3 dark green leaflets, 2.75 to 9.84 inches long, with or without irregular. Okay. So, your answer choices here should be, can we use source A and B, or can we use source B and C? So look at what the website is and what it ends with. If it's .org, .edu, .gov, which one is reliable and trustworthy? And then make your choice in the multiple choice if it's A and B or B and C. And then go ahead and explain your answer, why you chose the most trustworthy choices. And then that's it for today.